Hello, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying the start of your week. It's Monday for me, and I am making another arena video. This time, playing some Izzet Giants. This deck, inspired by my friend Mr. Cheesy's. He put his version of the deck together, encouraged me to kind of throw together a fairly similar version of the deck, but with a few little tweaks that I think work a little bit better personally. It's a super fun deck, big old fatties, lots of synergy from Kaldheim. It's going to be a fun deck, I'm certain of it. But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the contest that I am running on the channel. Yesterday's video was the mono white aggro deck, and in that video I said that I am going to be giving away a couple of sleeves, well, not a couple of sleeves, a code for 5 sleeves. This code will give you all 5 of these sleeves that are from the new Secret Lair, Basic Lands, whatever it's called. They look awesome. I absolutely love the design of these sleeves. I've been using them all in all my decks these days. I'm using one of them today in the Izzet Giant deck, and I want to give one of these codes away to one of the people that are, or someone that is commenting on my videos. So yesterday's video was the first chance you had to enter the contest. If you go back to the mono white aggro deck and you leave a comment on that video, you'll get 1 entry into the comment. And today on the Izzet Giants deck, if you leave a comment on this video, it'll give you a 2nd entry. By Friday, I will have 3 more arena videos out, and if you comment on each of those videos, each video will give you 1 more entry into the contest for a total of 5 entries. And then on Monday, on March 1st, I believe it is, yep, I will make the 6th video, and in that video I will do a randomizer and find the winner of the code. And to get the code, you're going to have to contact me, because I can't contact people who comment on YouTube, so you will have to send an email to me. My email is in the description of each video, or the details of each video. You're gonna have to prove that you are who you are, maybe through a screenshot of your account, and then we'll get that code to you, and hopefully you'll be able to use these super sweet sleeves. Speaking of comments, I got a very good comment from somebody last video. It's over there, right? Yep. Christian says, just attack with both creatures or activate the Faceless Haven. Hope this helps your content. Can't miss plays like that. Look at this. Oh my god. Sometimes I get too, up in my own headspace, and I'm talking and trying to look for very unique things or interesting lines. I think at this point I'm talking about what would happen if I drew another planes, blah, blah, blah. Just attack. The opponent has a Goldspine Dragon. He's at 3 life. I have a Halvar and a Skyclave Aspirant with the Maul on it, 2/4/4s. Just attack in. Now, Christian does say activate the Faceless Haven. That wasn't an option, unfortunately, because Faceless Haven requires 3 snow lands, and that second land there is a Castle Ardenvale. So we were a little bit stuck on the Faceless Haven plan, but that's besides the point. Just attack, and then you get it. We did end up getting that game. But it took an extra turn, and it should not have taken an extra turn. I don't know what I was exactly thinking at that time. I think in my head I probably had it that, okay, the Faceless Haven can't activate because I don't have enough snowlands. I need to draw snow-covered plains. And I think I probably just assumed that the opponent didn't attack with the Fervent Champion because he would need a blocker. So maybe I was just giving too much respect to the opponent, talking away and not really paying attention to what was happening. Definitely on me, my fault. Got to get better at recognizing that. And I think what I'm going to start doing is putting a little brain programming in that says at the start of each turn, what would happen if you just swung? And do that first check. And, if it obviously doesn't work out, or if it's not a good attack, then you can start going to more complicated lines. But, that's the easiest thing, and you should probably see it in play to that win condition. Do you have lethal on board? If you do, just swing. Anyways, Christian, really appreciate the comment. That gives you 1 entry into the contest. Make sure you come back for this video. Hopefully you're watching. Let me know what you think about the Izzet Giants deck. I really love the comment. I'm trying to get better as a Magic player, so I want to see criticism, and that's going to be the best way for me to learn all these formats that I'm kind of diving into. I'm primarily a modern player. I want to reach out and play more Standard and Pioneer, and just get better, not Pioneer, Historic. I just want to get better in general as a Magic player. There are a lot of things that I don't see, and I gotta experience more Magic to get better. That's my goal. So again, thank you. Please leave a comment down below. Everybody, let's go over to the deck. We are playing Izzet Giants in Standard. It's going to be a best of 3. Here's the sideboard. Here's a deck. It's made up of a lot of Kaldheim cards, and I think it looks pretty good. It is very, very slow, like a giant, but it hits very hard, like a giant. So first, we'll go over the lands. We are playing 6 snow-covered islands, 11 snow-covered mountains, and 4 of the pathways. The reason for the snow-covered lands is because of Faceless Haven, as I just talked about. 3 snow mana, and it activates into a 4/3 creature that has all types. So it is going to be a giant, and it's going to be hitting for a lot with some of the synergies we have in the deck. Let's talk about the non-creature spells in the deck. We have Glimpse the Cosmos. I love this card. This card says look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library. Then, if you control the giant, you may cast Glimpse the Cosmos from your graveyard for the cost of 1 blue, and then exile Glimpse the Cosmos. So it's going to draw us a card. It's a great little turn 2 play. Maybe help us fix our hand. We're missing some lands. Probably find a land with this. Missing some aggression. Find a creature. And then on turn 4, for example, maybe we have a Bone Crusher out or an Agar. Then we can flash out, or not flash out, but bring out the Glimpse of Cosmos from the graveyard for 1 blue. Draw another card. Great little value engine. Next, Invasion of the Giants. We are playing a total of 3 sagas in this deck, 2 of which are from Kaldheim themselves. This is a Giants-based saga, Invasion of the Giants. First phase, Scry 2. Again, helping us set up for future turns. Then, number 2, draw a card. Who doesn't like drawing more cards? It's going to replace itself. Great. Then, if we reveal a giant from our hand, we get to do 2 damage to a player or planeswalker. Probably it's going to go to a player's face, but hey, you never know. And then the third phase, it's going to give us a discount on the next giant spell we cast this turn. So unfortunately, it's not like a full discount for the whole turn. That would be absolutely insane. But it's going to give us, let's say, a Quakebringer or a Calamity Bearer for a discount of 2. Putting out a Calamity Bearer for 2 or Quakebringer for 3 is pretty great. Next, we're playing the Akroan War. This card is pretty great. It's in red, so why not play it? Gonna gain control of a creature as long as the Akroan War is on the battlefield. Then your opponent must attack in on the second phase, and then on the third phase, each tapped creature deals damage to itself. So it's gonna probably just clear the way for our creatures most of the time. It's going to give us one of the opponent's big fatties that we can maybe attack in with as well. It's just a great card. I've been so impressed with the Akroan War every time I've played it, so I wanted to try it out in this deck. It's one of those cards that is in the might be cut slot, though, depending on how well it performs. Next, we have the third saga, Battle of Frost and Fire, and this is one of the 2 main reasons to be playing this deck. I'll talk about the other reason in a minute. This is a one-sided board wipe majority of the time. Phase 1 says Battle of Frost and Fire deals 4 damage to each non-giant creature and each planeswalker. Great. You have a nice little board. Your opponent maybe has some blockers out, and you can wipe it. And in standard, 4 seems to be the sweet spot. There are, of course, a couple of 5 and higher toughness creatures. Yorion comes to mind. Lovestruck Beast. Green has a bunch, of course. Yeah. But for the most part, it's going to be dealing 4 damage and killing the majority of things. And if mono white is still running around, this is going to be pretty great against that deck. Next, Scry 3, why not? And then the third phase of this saga is whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost 5 or greater this turn, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Discard a card. So it's going to allow you to draw, keep 1 card plus cards. And it's whenever you cast a 5 CMC creature or greater. So we don't have a lot in this deck. It's really only Quakebringer. Yeah. Sorry. I should make sure. It is whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost. So Squash also activates this. I haven't seen the third phase really do much. It's really that first phase that I want for this saga. You want that board wipe. That covers all of the non-creatures. Now we talk about the creatures. Of course, we're playing Bone Crusher Giant, 2 damage to a thing, and then it's a 4/3. Why not? Agar, pretty cool little giant from Kaldheim. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage to it. Damage if a giant, wizard, or spell you control dealt damage to it this turn, draw a card. So a lot of our giants are going to probably do excess damage because they do so much damage that we're going to draw a card. Bone Crusher, if you use, because it is spell as well, giant or spell. Bone Crusher's Stomp, if you hit a 1 toughness creature, it's going to draw a card. And then Squash, most times your creatures are not, or your opponent's creatures are not going to have 6 damage. It's going to draw a card. If it also lines up with Battle of Frost and Fire, I don't think that works, actually. No, there's no synergy between Agar and Battle of Frost and Fire, because Frost and Fire will be a permanent on the battlefield, so Agar won't trigger because it has to be a giant or a spell, not a permanent. Still pretty cool. I think most of the time when we're attacking in, our giants are going to deal excess damage, and that's where we're going to draw the majority of our cards. Next, we're playing Calamity Bearer. Calamity Bearer is the second reason to be playing this deck with Battle of Frost and Fire. If a giant source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage. So all of our giants suddenly are dealing 8, 6, 12 damage in the case of Tectonic Giant, because he has a thing whenever he attacks or becomes a target of a spell, choose one of these two. The one that you're going to choose most of the time, Tectonic Giant deals 3 damage to each opponent. So that 3 damage becomes 6, and then he attacks. If he makes contact with the opponent's face, you're going to deal an additional 6 damage. Tons and tons of damage, because Calamity Bearer is doubling everything. And he also stacks. If you have 2 Calamity Bearers, 3 Calamity Bearers, 4, it's going to go up and up and up. And then Quakebringer, also opponents can't gain life. Nice little icing on the cake. At the beginning of your upkeep, Quakebringer deals 2 damage to each opponent. This ability triggers only if Quakebringer is on the battlefield or if Quakebringer is in the graveyard and you control a giant. So again, if you have Quakebringer on the battlefield with a Calamity Bearer, it's going to deal 4 damage. If you have 2 Quakebringers on the battlefield, that's going to be 8 damage, and so forth. There's a lot of additional damage that's going on with this deck with the Calamity Bearer and all the cards that are in it. So that's the main makeup of the deck. You can see that it's very slow. We only have 8 2-drops and then a bunch of, 12 2-drops, because technically Bone Crusher Giant is a 2-drop as well. And then it just goes up from there. Cap out at 5. You can go higher. There are definitely bigger giants, but I personally think leaving Quakebringer on the top end is just fine. Really, the meat of the deck is in the 3 and 4 and 5 slot, I think. Next, we have over in the sideboard removal, just in case we meet somebody that is a little aggressive. Because I think our deck is a little bit slow, we're going to need early ways to stop them. Shock, Cinderclasm, Demon Bolt, and Storm's Wrath, all removal spells. And then Shredded Sails to destroy artifacts, or maybe some flyers like Goldspan Dragon. The sideboard I kind of just tossed together this morning. So if you have some recommendations for the sideboard, I don't really know what I'm going to do against a control deck. I have a feeling, my prediction, and I don't know if it'll come true or not, Yorion is going to be a pain in my butt with this deck. I know that's a real big hot take. Yeah. Yorion's a troublesome thing for some people. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know what to do against Yorion. I feel like this deck just loses, 9 times out of 10 to the Yorion deck, but we'll see. I haven't tested that matchup. I got to see how it feels, and then we can come back to the drawing board and maybe fix some things, maybe make the sideboard a little bit more Yorion resistant for the deck. Anyways, this is my Izzet Giants deck. Let me know what you think about it. Gonna play a couple of games, best of 3. Hope they're fun. Hope my play is a little bit tighter today than it was yesterday. Again, make sure to leave a comment down below. This is the second video of my 5-video contest. This is your second chance to get an entry into the contest by leaving a comment. Let me know what you think about this deck. What do you think about Izzet Giants? Can it do something good, or is there anything you'd like to change about this Giants deck, or any advice? Appreciate it. Again, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the video and enjoy the games. Take care for now. Okay, Izzet Giants, trying it again. Just had a grind of a game. 37 minutes with Giants versus Yorion. And I don't think I'm going to actually put it in this video. What I might end up doing is putting it up as a bonus video or just an extra video. If you are so inclined to go and watch that 37-minute slog through slush and miserable hell against a Yorion deck, by all means, go and watch that video. But I'm not going to put it in the main video, just simply because it was excruciating. Okay, so we played out Invasion of the Giants. I like a second Invasion of the Giants. I don't know, do I want to keep a Squash? It looks like the opponent might be on like the Izzet control deck, so I can expect Goldspan Dragon, meaning Squash is probably pretty good. Yeah, maybe I keep it. Yeah, Yorion. It's tilting. We won the first match against it, and then the second two games he brought in just infinite amounts more removal spell, as the Yorion deck will do, and it was just trudging through mud. That's all it felt like. Gonna put out that first. Don't want to get hit by that Jawari's dismissal or whatever that card's called. The pay one or counter spell. Oh, just a negate. Sure. All right. So definitely gonna need to find a little bit of removal soon. Foretold something. Ugh, not great. Let me put this out on this side, and I think I'm just gonna put out. No, I can do both. I can hit him with a stomp, and then because I have the discount, I can play out the Bone Crusher for 1. Yeah, little tilted after that last game. It's I don't mind the matchup too much when it is a deck that has like 1 or 2 win cons. His win cons were Crawling Barons and Yorion, basically. That's all. And the rest of the deck was just counter and removal and draw and scry. It's such a good engine that Wizards has allowed to exist. Hey, we get in with the Bone Crusher. That's pretty cool. Pass. Opponent seems to be having a little bit of trouble. He had to main face a Behold last turn. Now a Frantic Inventory. Trying to frantically find something. It'd be nice if he tried to get in with this Faceless Haven and we could squash it. Ooh, he plays out his own Bone Crusher, so that is a fantastic target for my Crowan War. Okay. Let's see if he has another negate. He might. There it is. All right. Well, we got to do it the hard way. Take 2 damage. I'm a little jealous of his Bone Crusher art. I really liked the Eldraine special art stuff. More so than I think the Kaldheim art. Both look great, but I really like the Eldraine one. Oh, it'd be nice if he loaded up the field with non-giants. It's supposed to be a non-giant. He's leaving up 2 blue again, so it's possible that he has another negate. Like, negate is not a super... Well, I guess it's pretty good against our deck. I probably have like 15 targets for it. All right. I'll trade. And put out another Bone Crusher. Okay, drawing 2 cards this time from the inventorying. Pretty good. He does have the mana open for the Faceless Haven, if he wants to do that. I think I'm just going to play out Tech Giant and pass. If he counters it, then I can swing in with the Bone Crusher safely. What's with people today? Everybody's just on counter and removal. Yeah, that's what everybody's on today. Apparently everybody got out on the wrong side of the bed. Maybe it's Mondays. Maybe people just wake up after the weekend on Mondays and they're just super miserable and they just think, you know what? I'm just going to play the nastiest decks, the ones that don't let anybody do anything. Maybe that's... You know what it is? I know what it is. Tom C is a content creator and he's making a video for Meta Monday and he's playing a meta deck on Monday. That's what it is. Oh, getting meta'd on Monday. What day is jank or silly deck day? That's maybe when we gotta start making videos. Because Meta Mondays are very painful. It'd be real nice if he put out a creature right now. I want to get a little bit of value with this Battle of Frost and Fire. It's not looking like I am, so I'm just going to put it out for the scry, simply. Does he have the 4th negates? That can't be a thing, right? No, he has a Saw coming. Ugh, why do people suck? why is this a deck? Negate, negate, negate. Essence Scatter, Saw coming. Into win. Well, okay, here's the problem: is Faceless Haven's a very good card, and that can be your win condition. You just grind your opponent down into misery and win with Faceless Haven beats. Whew. All right, missing again. Boom, 4 damage to an empty board. That's fun. Yeah, we're pretty dead. So, a little unfortunate that the opponent had... yeah, well, we're dead with that. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So, what do I bring in? Oh my god, my side. I gotta look at the sideboard again. The sideboard doesn't feel very good to me. Bring in those. Bring in maybe 2 of those. I don't know how I feel about a Crone War. I don't know how I feel about the battle. Although maybe it's squash, like 2 battles. Maybe like that. Wait, try it. Yep. It's gotta be what it is. Meta Monday. Okay, decent opening hand can go out with the Invasion of the Giants. Hopefully find something. Just anything. All right. Those are 2 very good cards, but I don't know if I want both of them. Maybe I do. And then next turn we can glimpse. Try to find our 4th land. Sure. If he counters this, man, this guy knows way more about my deck than I do. Okay. So, there we go. We find the snow-covered mountain. Next turn we can start putting out some big old fatties. We can even go Tech Giant for 2 and then Foretell the Quakebringer. Let's see if he has a... Oh, he doesn't have anything for it. I'm going to still Foretell. Okay. What has he got? Maybe a bounce spell for our Tech Giant. But he's still going to take 3 damage when he gets targeted by the little fairy. Ooh. That's fine. I think that's fine. Okay, Quakebringer, get on that field. Storm's Wrath, very good against our deck. Maybe every single giant is 4 toughness or lower. So, gonna have to be a little conservative with our play on this one. Ooh, he's gonna throw 2 cards at Quakey. That's good. Would love to peel a land next turn. That way I can put out a Calamity Bearer and Glimpse. No land. Alright, just Calamity Bearer. So if he survives that Quakebringer in the graveyard, it's going to deal 2 damage, or 4 damage rather, to our opponent. Yes, sir. Okay, there's a land. I wonder if he's thinking about blocking with the Faceless Haven. Yeah. Okay. Very fine with that. So we get to deal 6 damage. And we get to Glimpse this turn too. I've been really impressed with Glimpse. I think it's working overtime. Oh, all these are okay. I think it might be squashed to get rid of a defender that he might have. And also we can play it anytime between now and our upkeep. Quakebringer still dealing 4 damage to the opponent, potentially. Ooh, Desperation. Okay, we might be in a good position this time. The game's so much easier when the opponent doesn't have 4 negates and 3 essence scatters and 2 saw it comings. Yep. Oh, okay. Well, good on your opponent for having all the spot removal. 3 damage spot removal, though, is looking okay for us. So play out yet another Calamity Bearer. Keep the pressure on. We still have 2 decent removal spells if he has some kind of resistance. What do you got? He's winding up for something. Another Storm's Wrath? Oh, okay. I think I got to look into the sideboard for counter magic, maybe. That might actually make this deck tick a little bit better. We'll protect our big old boys. Brazen Borrower. Okay. So we still get in... Oh, we don't get in for 2 because we didn't control a giant. That's right. Well, back out there. Opponent down to 3 cards. The Brazen Borrower, not a big deal. That one, a little bit of a big deal. Another land would be alright to be able to go double creature. Agar's fine too. Allows us to go double creature. Okay, pretty good board presence. These Brazen Borrowers can't block creatures on the ground, so not such a big deal. Finds another land. So what do you got with your last 2 cards? Okay, I'm just barely managing to get in there. Felt okay. All right, run it back. So this Giants deck is super fun to play, but do you ever have to earn your victories with this deck? Every one seems to just be a mad grind. Again, we're running into decks that are tuned against what we're doing. This is a cool hand. I like this. We'll open up with Invasion. We draw the island, so all of these can go on the Lava Glide probably. There are blue giants that play land. There are blue giants that you could play that are double blue. Personally, I don't really like the fact that they're double blue, considering how many how many double red mana requirements are in this deck with the giants that we are playing. But if you go that path, there are some strong choices. There's the one that is like flash flying. What are you doing to me, deck? Oh, yeah, flash flying, and then I think it's like your giants or your creatures can't be countered. Probably giants. Pretty good choice. Ooh. I like Faceless Haven, but he has a lot of damage, like direct 3 CMC or 3 toughness damage in his deck with like Dragon's Breath and whatever else. Frostbite. I don't think Faceless Haven's where I want to be. Okay, just puts out the Brazen Borrower, starting a clock. I like that. I'd really like to kill the Brazen Borer with the Bone Crusher Giant, but I feel like that's going to be a Saw coming. I can reveal 2 giants? No, okay. I was wondering why it let me select 2. I still think it might be important to get rid of that and hope he's on like a Behold. If this gets countered, that's going to really suck because I really want the giant side. Oh. Wow. Wow. Our opponent is playing spicy. We have River Glide Pathway Tron. Always good to draw all 4 of your pathways. And icing on the cake right there. All right, so let's play out the glimpse. There are a lot of creatures. We do have the discount right now, so we can actually play out the Quakebringer. I think that's probably where I want to be. All right. And then next turn, we should have access to the glimpse. Come on. Well, the good news is, with the Quakebringer being in the graveyard of Calamity Bearer on the battlefield, potentially I could be doing 4 damage a turn. Okay, it was a Behold the whole time, but he managed to find an Essence Scatter and a Bone Crusher to prevent what we were doing. Okay, opponent, a couple Field of Runes. I'm glad this card's coming back, maybe because Faceless Haven is so prominent right now. Let's see if he bounces. Nope. A few lands. We've drawn a few lands. Okay, Agar, you're fine. Okay. Still plenty of lands in the deck. That's fine though. Yeah. All right, opponent being obnoxious over there. Is he gonna wipe the board? Maybe he has a Storm's Wrath. Yeah. Well, we find the tech. He held 2 blue up. Another Essence Scatter, possibly. You know, honestly, like, the deck's not performing poorly. It really just might be just today's the day where nothing goes right. That's brutal. I always try to stay a little positive, but sometimes, man, Magic can just wear you down when your opponents are playing just that, and you're drawing this. It hurts. So it looks like there's probably not. GG's opponent. Yeah. On to the next one. Try again. All right, another one with Izzet Giants. It's been a little rough going today. Opponents running super hot, lands seeming to find the top of my deck, and it looks like we stumbled onto Meta Monday, and all of our opponents today playing their best. So see if we can make this Izzet Giants deck work, but it's not going to work with a hand like this. I don't think. Throw it back. Definitely gonna need a little bit of help, but it's better than the last one. Okay, playing against Adventures. Sure thing. Well, good news is we'll be able to kill that Edgewalk Innkeeper before it does a lot of damage to us, but damage meaning drawing cards for our opponent. Need a land off the top, though. Oh, he has 2. Of course he has 2. Well, we have 2 Bone Crushers, so that's a-okay. Still, he might follow this up with a Love-Struck Beast, in which case he's getting enough value. Crone Work could come in handy a little bit later. There's the Love-Struck Beast. He chooses not to do that, and he's stuck on lands. Okay, well, things suddenly look a little bit brighter for us. And peeling that 3rd land. Oh, my opponent. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I think I'm just going to go with the Bone Crusher. And then next turn, Agar attacking with the Bone Crusher. If he decides to chump block with the 1/1. We draw a card. Okay, chooses not to. Cool. Agar, I'm a little lukewarm on him, but I mean, I've only played... Yeah. I've only played 2 games today. I feel like I've been playing all day, and I've just played 2 games. The first game was against the Yorion deck, which is not going to be in this video. It's just too long. I got to put it on a side video. And then the last one was... that's pretty good. We still get to draw a card, though. The last one was against the Izzet control deck, and both of them just were so exhausting. This is how the Giants deck is supposed to perform. Your opponent does nothing because they get land screwed, and then you can win. All right. So against this opponent, I like the squashes. I don't know how much I like Battle of Frost and Fire, simply because he has so many 5 and bigger butts. I don't hate the Cinderclasm for all the little lobies that he might be putting out. So maybe bring in 2 of those. I wouldn't mind bringing in 2 Shocks. I feel like the squash is really important, though. Maybe I only need 1 Cinderclasm, 2 Shocks. Okay, try something like that. Again, I've been saying it, I said it a couple times. Sideboard needs reworking. If you have some advice for the sideboard, love to hear it. Standard metagame is still a little bit weird to me. I'm not 100% certain on how it is. It seems like it's kind of all over the place, to me at least. And then there's Yorion. So. Alright. Opponent deciding what he wants to do. Well, that's a lot of islands, and you don't want that many islands. The Crone War is good, but it's only really good if I have, a board presence. You saw it against the Yorion deck. Taking the Yorion really didn't amount to very much in that game and didn't help us win whatsoever. I think it definitely one of those cards that needs to come out in that matchup. I'd say this is a better looking hand overall. I think I'm going to throw back one of the pathways. I want to keep the island simply because of it being a snow land for the Faceless Haven eventually, possibly. Opponent looks like he's down to 6, yeah. All right, well, we find another mountain, so that's okay. By the way, look at this sleeve. Look at nice, big, beautiful art. All right, throw out the snow-covered island, pass it back. Let's see if the opponent has a 3-drop. 3-drops are a little annoying because the Bone Crusher can't exactly deal with them. Oh, I did not expect that. So I think I'm going to send this face. Oh, of course you come out. Simply because I want to get the Bone Crusher onto the field. Let's see if you got something to deal with it. Giant Killer it is. How appropriate that our opponent has the Giant Killer, the card that we most certainly do not want to see. All right, well, I have a choice to make. I think I get a little greedy and I wait to try to get full value with the Battle of Frost and Fire. If he ends up having, the problem is, like, if he puts out a Bone Crusher Giant or a Lovestruck Beast, that's not going to deal with him. I'm going to take the risk. Here's apparently a giant that the Giant Killer can't kill. Okay. Good old Agar, the Wizard Giant. Bone Crusher Giant. So a little, like, that's what I was talking about. Going to be annoying if he plays out that card because of the Battle of Frost and Fire not hitting it. I'll play on... Oh. Get greedy. I think it's good enough to wipe the board. Not wipe the board. Wipe these two out. It gets rid of his draw engine. Is he going to tap the Agar? Yeah, sure thing. Okay. So we get to scry 3 next time and hopefully find our Quake Bringers. Be real nice. Get a little extra value from the Battle of Frost and Fire. Okay, opponent getting in. You got it. Nothing. Well, we find equally nothing. I don't think I want any of those. Okay. Let's glimpse. You think his deck is playing... Okay. Those are all good. I think I want the Quakebringer. Just like I said for this. Is he going to play... Is he playing Coco? I got to imagine he's playing Coco. We'll glimpse again. Deck is giving us good cards. I'm going to pass and just hold up the squash, I think. I got to imagine... Oh, nothing. Wow. Opponent's got me confused. I think it's fine. Take 2. This also draws us a card if it goes through. Yep. So Agar trigger. Love that. Okay, invasion, not bad. Bone Crushers, plays out the Bone Crusher. So this turn we can Quakebringer plus invasion. All right. Let's get some Calamity Bears going. We're up to 7 mana. Next turn we can Calamity Bearer and then put out the Bone Crusher Giant, I guess. If he attacks in with the Bone Crusher, I think I trade with the Agar. Fine with that. Really curious what he's got in here. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Not what I wanted to see. But maybe that's okay because I can trade Quakebringer with the Bone Crusher Giant. And then it's in the graveyard. Calamity Bearer can start doing extra damage to his face. Does he attack? He might not even attack. Maybe it was wrong to put out the No, I don't know. Wow. What a spot. What a spot. So I could take 5, go down to 3. He's definitely got a lot of spells that deal 2 damage, but I'm also going to take 2 damage from the Quakebringer, so that'll take me down quite a bit. Man, oh man, that Giant Killer was right on point. All these are 3/4s. What do I do? Calamity Bear is going to have to attack next turn, which... But if he's holding... So if he's holding another Bone Crusher Giant, his third Bone Crusher Giant, I just die on my turn because of my own Quakebringer. But I think giving up this Calamity Bearer is not how I win. All right, I'm gonna take the 5. I might regret this, but we'll see. All right. Yeah. Sure thing. Sure. Today, man. Today, today's a day. All right, maybe we can accrue and war our own thing back to us. Anyways, Invasion of the Giants pretty good on 2. As I've been impressed with it, doing lots of good stuff. Okay, we'll keep the mountain. Draw a card. Hopefully it's something good. Hey, Agar is perfect. Stressful games with this Giants deck. I'm not sure what it is. I want it to do so well, and oh boy. Opponent without green mana. Might be his downfall. What do you got? Oh, he's playing Fury. Okay. So looks like our friend over there, Mr. Marin, is on something unique. I've not seen this makeup before. Taking his time with the turn. I wonder what he's deciding about. Decides to do nothing. Well, I think I'm just going to go out with a Tech Giant. Oh, I didn't need to do that pre-combat. Put out the Lava Glide. And then hold up the Squash or Bone Crusher Giant for whatever the opponent's got next turn. And then we can potentially deal lethal damage next turn from 15. If he uses his whole turn to put out a blocker, yeah, we're in very good shape. And his Giant Killer doesn't work here. That's fun. Okay, squash you. Draw a card with Agar. Take 2 from the Bone Crusher. And then next turn it's Calamity Bearer, and you get to see what it does. That's super fine. So we get the win finally. Working so hard with this deck. Big damage with the Calamity Bearer. Whew. All right. We got one. Let's go to another one. All right. A little bit more with the Izzet Giants. Just saw Naya do a thing. It was all right. We performed finally very well. Got to see the Calamity Bearer dealing tons of damage with a pretty good board presence from us. This is not going to do it. Mulligan that. It's okay-ish, I guess. Throw away one of the Crowing Wars. Would really love to see our 2 CMC Saga and Temple of Malice. Okay. Well, at least we have an Agar on turn 3. See what the opponent's up to. Getting aggressive. Okay. Not turn 3 yet. Let's foretell that and pass it over to the opponent. Gonna be quite the clock. Really wouldn't mind finding Bone Crusher. Whoa, Strider. Sacrifice mechanics are gonna be real bad for our deck. So we find that at the very least. Throw out Agar. Got to imagine a lot of opponents when they see Snow-Covered Island and Mountain, they're thinking, "Oh my God, it's gonna be the Izzet deck, like the Izzet control deck again." Oh, is it that Izzet control deck? We're playing some Giants. Trying to make Giants work. I'm not sure how the Akron War is going to line up in this matchup. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Draw a card. Yeah. Opponent looking like he might have some mana trouble over there. Nope. Finds it. And another Woe Strider. Well, that's good. Need to find another land, but I think Quakebringer is what we're going to try to do. Hopefully he doesn't have some kind of sack mechanic that makes me obviously sack the Quakebringer. All right, on the battlefield. No more life gain, or no life gain for the opponent. He's still going to be hitting me for 3. Really need this Battle of Frost and Fire to go off. He's digging. Man, I'm feeling tired. Those that Yorion game and the Izzet control game, both of them just took it right out of my. Oh, it's just one of the. I'm telling you, I've said it before. It's one of those days. Well, does this work? I don't. Yeah. All right. So we missed the land. We drew another battle. It's not over. Not over yet, but it's getting there. What is this? A Crown War fling within a... I don't know. I don't know. What's the world coming to? I imagine shocks are going to be pretty good in this matchup. Thinking about the Crowan War. And I don't know if I want it. Your opponent's playing the Crowan War is going to be pretty bad for you. It's twice now that it's happened, and them getting a Quakebringer is just it's the worst thing. It's like 9 damage, if not more. Just something real fun. Okay, we'll try that. I'd love a win here, just so I can finish this video and move on. Go take a break from my day. We'll keep it. Hopefully find a land off of the Glimpse. All right, moment of truth. Not bad. Still need a little bit of help, and gotta hope the opponent doesn't have another Crowan War. That'd be real bad. Okay, lead on Agar. We find the land, so we can at least go out with Tech Giants next turn. Pretty good card against us. And by pretty good, I mean absolute fantastic. I think I'm just going to stomp the Wolf Strider while I can. And then foretell the Quakebringer. I'm surprised he didn't sack the goat. Okay, ooh, taking 3 damage. What does that mean? What does that mean? So play out the Bone Crusher, and then I'm going to Glimpse. Try to find a land. Is he going to... Does he Transmogrify? Is that what this is going to be? No? Okay. Really curious about why he did that. Okay. So I'd much rather him do the Crowan War on my Bone Crusher. We're up to 6 mana. Gonna be taking damage from the Bone Crusher. Maybe we're gonna get beat by our own creatures this entire match. If he has a second Crowan War, oh boy. Take it. That's a clock. Can't play. I can only play out one giant. So next turn we're taking 6. The Quakebringer is going to die. Got to attack in. He's going to block with the goat. And the goat is going to get smashed into oblivion. Yeah. Good heads up play by the opponent to not sack the goat when I sent the Bone Crusher onto his Woe Strider. Gonna be interesting if he attacks with a Bone Crusher or not this turn. No. Oh, I don't know what I was saying. Of course, that had to happen. I went back a turn, got confused. A Scourge of the Skyclaves. This opponent is doing super cool stuff. Well, I don't know why he didn't attack with these two. Come on. How do you always have it? So 6 mana, we can Invasion plus Quakebringer. Invasion plus whatever. Seems like that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Invasion plus something. Not good enough. Position feels real bad. I don't know. Maybe we gotta go back to the drawing board on this giant deck. I got a double block there. A removal spell is quite the blowout here. So a little unfortunate that like all day running into opponents doing dirty 30 things and just kind of getting tired. It's so almost okay, the battle. I don't know. Rankled ankle. Okay. Okay. Trying one more with the Giants. Gotta hope it works out. Last game was pretty vicious. Opponent on a Rakdos control deck that just had very good answers that lined up very well against us. And now we get to play against the Yorion deck. I'm super happy about that. Giants, I don't know. I love them, and it's a cool deck, but boy, oh boy, has it been a rough Monday. Lead out on the snow-covered mountain, and then we'll go into the Glimpse the Cosmos. Trying to force this into being a competitive deck, and maybe it's just not quite good enough. I like Invasion a lot. Opponent probably not going to be affected too much by the Battle of Frost and Fire. Yeah. So we'll try, put it out, and let's start the slog, the counterspell roulette that the opponent inevitably has. So this might be like a more of a Doom Foretold type deck, is what I'm thinking. That's fine. Now, Doom Foretold is real bad against us. I like we're in deep shit is what I'm getting at. um, do that, sure. Real bad for us. Oh my god. All right, so we're gonna have to discard a card. It's gonna maybe be a Tech Giant. Where are all the people playing like the mono white? I want to face mono white, and I want to face like mono green aggro. Mono red would be all right. Like why or is it this suite of decks against this Giants deck? Maybe I got to bring it out. I might try it again a little bit later in the week. Try it on a Thursday and see if we can make something happen. But yeah, all right. We'll stomp one of these human soldiers into the ground. Doom Foretold is going to trigger on his turn. We get rid of that. All right. Try it. Yeah, I'll take a Bone Crusher. It's tempting to take more Calamity Bearers, but I don't suspect this Quickbringer is lasting very long. Maybe a second Doom Foretold coming down the pipeline right now. Oh, Binding. Okay. Just as bad. Well, we can at least do that and then play out one of these Bone Crusher Giants. Something. Gotta imagine he's building up to one of the ultimatums. Getting a little stress right here from playing this deck today. This has been just the worst day. Yeah. I don't even know. One of the big problems that I'm starting to notice with this Giants deck is that one card per turn kind of play style. You put out a big giant, you put out a big thing, you put out a big thing, and it just gives the opponents so much time to relax and do whatever they're gonna do. And there's so much efficient removal in the format that just playing these big fatties that kind of don't get any value when they enter and you can't really protect, it's not where you want to be whatsoever. So yeah. It would be nice to get some trample in this deck too. That's something that the Giants are kind of missing. It's a little bit weird. I don't know why Giants just don't have trample on them all the time. Some stupid little green deer is going to have trample, but Quakebringer doesn't have trample. Look at him. He's trampling in the art. So we do a very effective 4 damage to the opponent. Draw a Tech Giant, and that was it. We had no hope there. Okay. What do you bring in? Demon Bolts, I guess. Go down the 2 Crone Wars and try that. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, Giants. My kind of conclusion, pre wrap up conclusion is it's a cool deck if you're playing against your friends and you're just trying to have a good time building silly things. But if you're ladder climbing, you're gonna waste a lot of rares crafting this deck. And no, it's too honest. The deck. It's trying to be a big old Timmy deck, just playing out the cool big old things. And it does have some cool explosion, but you have to basically hope your opponent does nothing. Yeah. And then there's this problem. Could take the risk on the glimpse and try to hit a land, but then again, like, these are so far away. We're just relying on Agar and we don't even have it. No. Alright, this is better. Yeah. Yeah. In a Doom Foretold Yorion Izzet control world, being cute with big old stupid giants is not going to get you anywhere near victory. What do we do? Just put out the Bone Crusher Giant? Yeah. Invasion's okay. Let's attack, see what he does. Nothing. Well, I think I'm going to giant invasion. Omens of the Sun, sure. Okay, let's go with the big old thick dummies. Quakebringer attempts. Cool thing now is Doom Foretold, we can sack the invasion. Doesn't feel great to do that, but why not? And this feels bad now. Like, we're just getting chump blocked by 1/1s while his Doom Foretold's gonna kill something next turn. Don't like it. So you might have another Omen of the Sea. What is it called? Omen of the Sun. Oh, he didn't flash it in, so he's going to sack his own Doom Foretold? Okay. It's got a board wipe. Board wipe would be pretty miserable. Spot removal. Spot removal. Okay, spot removal. That's A-okay. So there is some hope. I mean, the only reason you get that victory is because the opponent literally did nothing until turn 3. Like, an Omen of the Sun on turn 3 is okay for us, but yeah. All right. So at least we have a chance at the 2-2, I guess, kind of. We've been losing a lot. We've really only won one game against the Naya deck. And, I mean, it was good, but yeah. Too much interaction. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ooh, mouse is going a little crazy. There we go. So what's the opponent doing over there? Well, we got to throw this one back. Yeah, this one's fine. It kind of looks like the same hand we had last time. Okay. So definitely gonna need a little help. Invasion would be nice. Still a chance to draw invasion. Come on, deck. No invasion. So, foretell the Quakebringer. Not the worst thing we could be doing. And then next turn, maybe Agar. We'll see. There's the Omen of the Sea turn 2 when it should be played. So, that could be trouble for us if he's got a Doom Foretold again on turn 4. Try it. Heartless Act for the Agar. Sure. This card is, man, I don't know. I got things to say about that card. Yeah. So is it just Doom Foretold now from the opponent, and like it's just gonna keep blanking all of our things? Might be the case. Cycling the Trial, that's a good sign. Raven's Warning. Wow. So he's gonna go get something whenever one or more creatures you control. So he has to. Okay, so we have a kind of an opening now. He can't go get something from his graveyard if we kill this Raven. Okay. Attack in with him. Play out the second Bone Crusher and hope there's no board wipe. Extinction Event lines up pretty good against a 5 and a 3 drop. Yorion, okay. Yorion not from his companion zone. That's a Yorion from hand. I see. Really wish we had a land there. But I guess it's Calamity Bearer and it kind of forces him to block on both. So we'll trade with one. He'll probably kill the Quakebringer. Yep. Okay. So, still stopping him from this Raven's Warning. Doing draw. Oh, no. Sorry, I misread that. I thought the second one was the draw. And it's not. 4 damage. Yep. Try it. He's got the Dispute. Sure. So we attack. He has to block on the Bone Crusher. Yeah. So we're going to get 3 damage in. He heals for 3. What? That card has lifelink? Of course it does. So if that card has lifelink, why can't my Giants have Trample? Right? It gets flying lifelink. And Quakebreaker's sitting here with nothing. He does have to deal with the Calamity Bearer, though. Wow. Okay, well, we end on a good note, and somehow, I don't know how we got through that. Opponent not drawing exactly what he needs. I just figured it out. You can win if your opponent doesn't draw exactly what they need. Wrap up. Okay, so here is the Izzet Giants deck. Yeah, I don't know. I'm exhausted. I feel like I've been playing. I guess I've been playing for like 4 hours, not continuously. What time did I start? It's been about 3 hours. I took a little break in the middle to get something to eat, but man, some of these games were like 40 minutes long and just brutal. That one game was 40 minutes. The deck is okay. It's nothing special. It's fun. It does cool things. And you saw in a couple of instances where the Calamity Bear is on the battlefield, it can do so much damage. The problem is when your opponent has all the answers, which seemed to be today's theme, it becomes quite miserable and can even put me into a pretty salty mood. Holy moly! At the end there, I was not feeling it. Anyways, we managed a couple of wins. We had a couple of neat games, I guess, but I kind of find the deck a little bit boring because it has one mode, and the mode is just kind of go. So it's not exactly the most interesting deck. It's a lot of rare cards, but it is Giants and it's tribal, so that's kind of fun. If you're into that kind of thing, go for it. The sideboard definitely needs a reworking. I think it's probably appropriate to look into things like Disdainful Stroke or other counter magic that maybe we could, bring in to protect our big boys a little bit more. Anyways, let me know what you thought about the deck. What do you think about the sideboard? Give me some advice for that thing. Let me know, how the games went. And do your opponents always seem to have the answers? I'm not bitter at all. Maybe just a little bitter. But if they do, let me know if you're in that same boat as me. Take care for now. Look forward to the next one coming out probably tomorrow. See you then.